Wow, this is gonna be a good race. I'm excited to see what's going on. It's, uh, we got Bry Guy and Neo. It's gonna be pretty interesting. For me specifically, my name is Stravos. I was in this tournament before and up against Bry Guy. He he completely uh, demolished me. So I'm looking to maybe learn a thing or two on this race here. Uh, Yo-Yo Swift should be in here as well, I believe.
Hello,
Be
guys.
commentating it up with myself. Yeah, it also looks like Bry Guy might be in here for interview as well.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Stravos and Yo-Yo? I'm very excited for the race today.
Yeah. What are your thoughts going into it? How much have you played? How much have you been preparing?
Yeah, so I feel I prepped pretty hard for the match against Agron, which was last Friday. So I think I'm still pretty fresh off of. Haven't played too much over the weekend, but still I'm feeling like pretty warmed up. Feel like my routing is still going to be solid, and we'll see if the gameplay falters, but hopefully not.
Yeah, sounds good. You have anything specifically you've been having troubles on?
I mean, they're just the typical hard strats. Like if there's any moons from keys that you gotta get in Lost, I don't think I'm confident enough to go for Dram strat yet. Some sub areas can be tricky, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty ready to go. We got a little history here between me and Neo. Faced off in the bronze match of the Speed Gaming Tournament a couple months back. Should be another exciting match this time, and hopefully I can take the win.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so good luck to you. Hope
Thank
it's
you.
a good race and you have fun.
Excellent. Thank you both for commentating.
Good luck.
So, just to get my bearings with you, Yo-Yo, how shall I call you? What do you like to be called by? Yo-Yo Swift as a full name? You know what's going on here?
You can either call me Yo-Yo Swift or just Yo-Yo.
All right. So, Yo-Yo, what is your experience so far with bingo? Let me get the groundworks going for
I've
our
been
commentary skill for everybody.
I've been doing bingo for probably about 4 or 5 months. So I haven't been doing it for a whole lot of time, but I'm still know a lot of stuff and everything.
Yeah, me personally, I'm a little bit of a beginner, but I spent a lot of work getting in on this for the tournament, so should be able to analyze things fairly well. I am a last minute substitute for everybody wondering where Agron might be. That's okay though.
Yeah, he was having some audio problems.
Looks like the runners are off. So already looking at the board here, I'm not seeing too many snow or seaside stuff. I think it's just there's only 2 of them, if I'm looking at this correctly. So may not need to go that far into the game.
Yeah.
What are you seeing right now? What's looking like some good combos from you?
I don't know. I'm still trying to think a bit.
Yeah, like I'm Man, this is a little bit of a confusing board to me. There's some easy stuff going on, some easy spaces, but not too many combinations within a single row or column.
Yeah,
makes it.
Yeah, many different things.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a big brain race for sure. It's looking like. Find very good selection and hope it's the one that comes out on top. Let me just familiarize myself with the board a little bit more. Both
Yeah, I'm trying to
players
think.
basically synced entering Cascade Kingdom.
Yeah. I don't know, there's not a whole bunch of different routes because it's all very like mixed goals.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a board that, for me personally, I would not be able to figure out what's best because it's all about experience on figuring out which goals are going to be uh, the fastest and take up the least amount of time, and which rows and columns you can select so that you can maybe reduce the number of boxes you're checking as well. So, me personally, I'm just gonna wait and see what these guys are choosing.
Yeah, I'm having some trouble.
Yeah, so far there hasn't been too much gameplay differences between each player. I don't expect there to be too many differences either in gameplay between these two runners. I feel like they're both pretty equally skilled, at least from my own experience watching them.
Yeah. Both pretty much even right now going into the fight.
So, I have a question for you, maybe you can answer. I always struggle to count multi-moons. It's just such a weird thing as an any percent runner, as a rehearsed runner primarily for me. I don't really pay attention. That's just something that just naturally happens, and I don't really understand it as it's happening. So I'm looking at some of the column 1 and row 2 seem interesting, just because I don't know multi-moons that well personally. I think it's fast, right? I think you can get 5.
Yeah, you can. I don't know. Actually,
Let me count for a moment.
Yeah.
So we got the one in Cascade. We got
2 in sand.
yeah, potentially anyways.
Potentially. Definitely the one in lake.
Then is the next one Night Metro?
The
Is that really? Yeah. Well, yeah. We get Spewer pretty much all the time. You see, this is why it's hard for me personally. This is a real insight into the mind of a rehearsed runner. I can't think, can't count, and it should be obvious.
Yeah, so there's 6 multi-moons you can get before Metro, but 4 of those are kind of, well, 3 of those really are kind of out of the way, like the 2 in sand and the other one in wooded.
It's just the obvious things that trip me up the most, because I should know it, but then I'll miscount, you know? Something that really makes me struggle personally. But anyways, we're seeing quite a... we're observing quite a difference in Kingdom lead, anyways. Whereas... Hang on. If you want to take this away from me for a second, I gotta fix something.
Okay. But yeah, what I think you're gonna say is, yeah, Neo is in sand, and Bright Guy looks like he's doing a few extra things in Cascade, getting some 2D moons. So, is there 2D? Yeah, there's a 7 moons from 8-bit. So that probably is gonna be something he's going for.
Something that always really scares me is the unique captures as well. I never know how to count that or keep track of that in my mind. With all of the other things going on, 26 is pretty high number of extra captures, especially if you're trying to go for an early finish. You gotta know how many captures are even possible by certain points.
Yeah, 26 is quite a lot. So Bright Guy's still in Cascade. I think he's gonna be leaving in the next like 30 seconds. He's just grabbing a few more purples. Is there a... Well, he might be doing all regionals in Cascade, possibly. Because there is an all regional coins in 2 kingdoms, so that might be something he's considering, possibly.
Yeah, that looks like probably doing it. Whereas Neo's doing the 2D section here, doing it the easy way, but you know, no problem with that. Make sure you just don't make too many time losses. Yeah, what I'm wondering is if... So Neo did get that 8-bit section. Alright.
Yeah.
Is that because he's actually going for the 8-bit sections, or because he's trying to do... wasn't there... Yeah, there's 30 moons in sand.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's not going for that 8-bit gold because he didn't get any in Cascade.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be going for that 30 moons from sand, most likely, and just doing that as a very quick moon. It's right there anyway.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if you don't get any 8-bit sections in Cascade, I think you're forced to go to Snow or Seaside, which,
Yeah.
You know, he could be planning on going there anyway. We'll just have to see. Neo entering in and out of the pipes a little bit there.
Yeah. So Bright Guy now leaving Cascade and going to Sand.
Yeah.
So he did get all those regionals. So we know he's probably going for that all regional coins in 2 kingdoms and also the 7 moons from 8-bit. So there's still a few different ways he can go with this.
Yeah, nothing's completely clear yet. And over on Neo's side, he's definitely getting the 30 moons in sand. Right? Is there anything else that he could be working towards?
Maybe the 5 multi-moons as well.
Yeah.
That could go well together.
Yeah, I'm thinking, if I had to make a guess, Neo would probably be doing column 2, maybe even row 4 and row 2?
Maybe.
If I was routing this, I could see that. For sure. I don't think I've seen him buy any moons yet, but he hasn't had many chances to go to any shops, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. 6 moons is kind of somewhat a lot, especially if you're going for an early finish. But I don't really know when Neo is gonna finish.
Yeah. It's just the fact that he's not doing any of the regional, or at least the all regionals, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of removes his choices, or at least you'd think that he's not doing all regionals in Two Kingdoms, since Cascade is a pretty fast one.
Yeah, I mean, he might be doing
And that
like
would-
Lake and Lost, but Lake is a kind of a slow region. I mean, it's not that slow, but they're all scattered around.
Yeah. Do you actually know which kingdoms are fastest? I feel like Lost is surely one of them.
Lost
all
is
regionals.
definitely one of the fastest, and I think Cascade is probably one of the fastest as well.
Yeah. You definitely got to stay away from Sand and Metro, right? But
Yeah.
you can, depending on the other goals, you can kind of mix and match some of the kingdoms around. Like you could go for Lake if you have some other goals in Lake with it.
Yeah, if you're getting a bunch of moons or something, could go well together. So Bry Guy is also going up this tower, so maybe he's also going for that 30 moons.
Yeah, well, he's definitely doing 7-8-bit.
Yeah.
So we'll
That was
see
his-
how he routes this.
Yeah. So he's actually not even grabbing that. Okay, maybe not then.
And Neo is grabbing the Jaxi stands right now. So that clues us in a little bit. So probably column 2. Like, I don't see why he wouldn't at this point.
Yeah, and maybe even row 2 as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking right now. It's just, it might be hard to do with my earlier prediction of row 4. It might be hard to do 7 full costume sets and 6 moons. That's the only difficult part of that thing, I guess.
Yeah. And also 26 captures might be a little difficult.
And because of where the boxer shorts being the center square, we haven't really talked about this much, but that's kind of hard to route around.
Yeah, and these runners have agreed on the no Luigi hint arts because Bry Guy is on 1.1, I believe.
And here we see Neo marking the Jaxi from 3 stands.
And
He's
he's
also
actually
going to be leaving.
So maybe he's not actually going for that 30 moons.
So that's odd.
Interesting.
Unless he's planning on coming back later for... Let me see. Could he be doing... Yeah, like he's doing hint arts, right? So he could be planning on coming back later and doing some fancy routing maybe. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Bry Guy doing some sub area, so he might be doing that 12 moves from sub area total. And if he is doing that, then row 3 could be a possibility for him. But that does require then the boxer shorts, which, yeah, that might take a while. I mean, he already has almost 500 coins, so.
Yeah, one thing about sub areas and sand is you can get a lot of coins if you're doing sub areas in sand.
Yeah, there's the Bullet Bill Maze had some coins, and the Ice Cave Treasure has coins in it.
So Neo is doing a return trip Cap Kingdom for some collecting some regionals and Getting the 4 moons and cap as well, so maybe... This is really changing my idea of the route he's taken. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he switched route even, potentially.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on too much.
It could also be a case of maybe he was routing it in such a way that he had some conflicts in his route, so he had to change. And just kind of made a mistake.
Yeah. He's also doing the sub area, so possibly going for that 4 moons from sub area, but he does need 2 more moons anyway for that 4 moons. I mean, I'm just trying to think, because there's not a lot of options from that 4 moons cap. Like, we have column 3 that would require going to Seaside, and also we have row 5, but that is all regionals and 2 kingdoms, and he did skip that in cap, so I don't know.
Yeah. We'll still have to wait a little bit longer to see this unfold a little bit. Both players only still marking 1 of these squares, so it's being a pretty slow start, this bingo. I honestly expected maybe 3 by now from what I thought Neo's routing was, but
And we're just gonna have to see what Neo starts doing in Lake and Willard.
yeah. Also, Bry Guy is collecting extra moons in sand right now.
Yeah, so that hints that maybe he is doing that 30 moons. And now he's going in the pyramid. And Neo is also buying a costume set, so maybe he's going for that purchase 7 costume sets and maybe going for row 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking more and more right now.
And then I'm guessing he's also gonna go for column 3.
Yeah, and didn't he get 4 moons from sub areas in cap? Well, I mean, you kind of have to, but
No, I think he only did the frog room.
yeah.
No, he's gonna have to go to Seaside if he's doing column 3.
And he would have marked it anyways, so yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So we potentially know 2 of Neo's bingos, but the third one we really don't know anything about yet. And Bry Guy, we still don't really know what he's doing. He only has marked 1 goal so far. But he is going for that 30 moon sand, so potentially column 2. And then
Yeah, so retracing Bry Guy's steps a little bit, I feel like he's probably doing row 5 and column 5. Row 3? Either, well, I mean, no, he's doing the 30 moons, right? So I guess
Yeah.
the diagonal.
yeah, maybe the diagonal actually. Forgot.
Yeah, so Bry Guy's making the bottom right triangle.
Yeah, possibly.
Essentially. That's what I'm looking at anyways. Neo's already looking to start the fight here, so that he can maybe open up some more moons. Definitely looking like he's doing 18 moons in Lake.
Yeah, because he did start doing those costume sets as well, so definitely looking like row 2. And also he did get that multi-moon in sand, so yeah.
Alright, and so is Bry Guy right now.
Yeah.
So it's looking like there might be a little bit of overlap in routing. But it could also just be coincidental as well.
But probably in the next 10 minutes or so, we'll see more what they're going to be doing.
Okay, unless I missed it, I don't think Neo looked at the hint art in Lake.
I don't think he did yet.
Yeah. So he might still be going back to it. We'll have to keep watch.
Yeah, or maybe something else.
But if he... So doing hint art would show to me like that, or if we don't see Neo doing hint art in Lake, that would show to me that column 2 and row 5 are completely off the table, and those are some big rows that I was kind of expecting from him earlier on. So, assuming that he doesn't go for those, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Definitely row 2.
Yeah.
What are his other options? Because he didn't do Koopa Trace walking either. So it's not looking like he's going to Seaside, which means can't really be doing he can't be doing 7. I mean, he could still be doing 7 8-bit sections if he's just routing it for that, potentially. But unlikely.
So Bry Guy probably gonna be ending up with 31 moons because he's getting this multi-moon. And then he'll probably be leaving sand, so he may also be going with that 5 multi-moons.
Bry Guy having a little bit of trouble with that Goomba stack moon.
Yeah.
But finally makes it. Ooh.
Oh.
Having a little bit more trouble. So, assuming he wants that multi-moon, he will be getting extra moons here. So, I don't see a reason to get any more extra moons. So, that points to me that he's not actually going to be doing... I don't know. What could he be doing this for?
I don't know, this is a bit of a tricky board to see what these runners are doing.
Keep your eyes peeled. Neo may, in fact, be going for the lake painting jump. No, he's not.
Yeah, Neo is definitely going for that 18 moons.
Having a little bit of trouble there with these coins. Neo is not a friend of the purple coins. Also, Bry Guy making sure to get this coin stack here. Honestly, that might be the only reason he came in here. I forgot about that coin stack. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so he already has 1,000.
Yeah. So, routing it so that he's able to get his last few moons and get that huge coin stack is probably a good idea. There aren't too many other big sources of coins, especially if you're also if you're also going to be purchasing other things and the boxer shorts, that's going to be trouble
Yeah.
if you didn't do that. So
But yeah, plenty of coins in Sand Kingdom.
once Neo's done with this sub room, he's gonna need one more moon to reach 18, and then we'll see him leave, and maybe that can give us some insight when he reaches Wooded on
Yeah.
what he is gonna be doing.
Yeah, it's almost been half an hour and we only have 4 goals marked.
In fact, only 3 goals are marked, but there's a little
Yeah.
over. If we want to be technical.
They each have marked 2 though.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bry Guy is just now entering Lake and starting off his moon count. While Neo is surely leaving. But also making sure to get a capture. This is the first time I've seen him capture something he didn't need to, so... Updating my route that I think he's taking. Who got the souvenirs? Or costume sets, was it?
Neo,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, so...
He might be going for column 5, but he did avoid those 8-bits in Cascade.
Yeah. And that's the only thing preventing me from saying column 5 right now for Neo. But he could still be going for it and it was just a mistake. Or maybe we even missed something.
Or maybe he's going back to Cascade to also go to the shop there to get some more things.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense too.
So we're just gonna have to see. And Neo now going into Deep Woods.
Yeah. Maybe he just planned to return to Cascade anyways, so he just wasn't going to mess with routing in the 8-bit section yet. That could be.
Yeah. And Neo getting more captures down here in Deep Woods.
Yeah. So row 2 and maybe column 5, row 4. Maybe all of that.
I don't know. But there is a 3 moons from Deep Woods, so he's also might be doing that, so...
Yeah, that's why I pointed out row 4.
Hmm.
He could also be... I keep forgetting who's colored who.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I mixed them up for a moment. Yeah, so he's definitely... Neo's probably doing column 3
Yeah.
as one of them. Column
So-
3...
Row 2.
Yeah, I knew that already.
And...
I forgot. Column 3, row 2, row... he's not necessarily doing row 4. Either row 4 or column 5.
Yeah. Because he didn't get that 30 moons from Sand, but maybe planning to revisit it for something. And he's about to get his 3rd moon here in Deep Woods.
Yeah. Starting to get a little bit more confident with... okay, good. He did mark the goal there. I was about to retrace my steps, but yeah, I am starting to get a little bit more confident here with what the players are choosing.
Yeah.
Everything's finally starting to come together. Still not sure who is on the better pace.
Yeah,
because
it's
of
hard to
his,
tell.
Obviously, Neo is in Wooded already, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's in the lead. Neo making sure to get that Fire Bro capture.
Yeah, it's one you can easily forget.
Yeah, because of myself being an any percent runner, I always forget that that capture even exists here.
So Bry Guy might also be going for that 18 moons.
Yeah,
Looks like,
for sure.
because yeah.
Yeah, I've been concentrating a little bit on Neo because we've been able to see a little bit more of his routing from Wooded. But let's focus our attention back on trying to solve Bry Guy a little bit. He is doing Lake Painting Jump right now.
And there you go.
Nice.
I
Very
think I
nice.
might know what Bry Guy is doing, which is column 2, row 5, and
Bottom left, top right.
maybe.
Yeah, because he's surely getting the boxer shorts.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe bottom
And
left, top right.
maybe he's doing some sub areas. So maybe row 3, column, or yeah, row 3, bottom left, top right, and
Column 2.
yeah.
So we now know a little bit of what these runners are doing.
Yeah, so both runners choosing to do a snow or seaside finish here, it looks like.
And Bry Guy also
Or
is
maybe.
buying costume sets.
We still don't know how Neo's routing impacts his snow or seaside based on him not getting the 7-8-bit sections in time for it. But maybe he's planning on going back. That is a good point. This is not a board that I would be good at. I'll tell you that.
Definitely
So-
have some routing trouble.
Both runners definitely routing better than I could, or at least finding a route much faster than I can, and feeling comfortable with it.
Ooh. Bry Guy just marked 1 moon from keys.
Yep. Smart decision if he was to route it to do it in Lake, because it's one of his 18 moons.
Yeah.
So that changes my decision on Bry Guy's routing a little bit. He's
Yeah.
yeah, he's surely
Possibly.
doing row 4 instead of, what did I say, row 3?
Yeah, but that does have 26 captures, and he hasn't really been going out of his way for
Yeah.
captures, I don't think. The other possibility is column 1.
Yeah, we'll get to see if he's doing extra moons in Wooded. That is quite a bit of extra moons.
Yeah, it's like 12 extra.
Especially because it doesn't seem like he's doing a routing, at least from what I can tell, that would include the 3 moons from Deep Woods, which is the only good combo with that I can see.
Neo finishing the spirit fight. And he is only gonna have 13 moons after this, so might be. Well, he did skip those moons at the beginning because he went straight to Deep Woods.
Yep. So he probably just routed it in such a way that he can leave the moment he gets the multi-moon, because he is going for those multi-moons. How many do they have at this point?
Cascade, Sand,
No.
4.
They got one in Cascade, one in Sand. I think both players.
Yeah, they both got
Yeah.
the Harriet. And then
Even though Bry Guy went into the room that Knucklotech is in, he didn't actually do the fight.
Yeah, he just wanted to get those coins.
So that's 2, and then Lake is 3.
And then
No. Wooded being 4. So both players only needing to go into Night Metro for their 5th.
Yeah.
So Neo getting a bunch of coins here.
And looks like he's gonna buy some more costume sets.
Yeah.
Don't really know how much he's at right now, but he has been buying a lot.
Bry Guy is also collecting purple coins. And it looks like he probably is routing in such a way that he's going to be getting 28 moons here.
Yeah. Because he is doing this Fire World Cave. So Neo is now leaving Wooded.
He gets a little bit of a peaceful fight with Bowser before resuming his routing. Unless he's choosing now. Nope. He is not choosing now to return to Cascade like we might think. Assume he might do that at the end. Then
Yeah.
sometimes, at least personally, before the Cloud Bowser fight, it might be good to do a return if you still haven't done it yet. That's just my thought process on it. On how I like to organize things.
It depends on what you're doing and where you would be ending otherwise. So almost 40 minutes in, and still not a lot of goals have been marked, but pretty soon we were going to be seeing goals being marked very quickly.
Yes, for sure. Both players have made a decent amount of progress on their goals so far. Not quite sure how much progress, such as the full costume sets, right? But at some point we'll see them marked. It's only so easy to keep track of both players' goals.
Yeah.
They could make it easy on us and just choose the same route. Alright, let's see here if Neo starts getting some purple coins for costume sets. Yeah, he is going in. He might just be buying it with coins.
Yeah, or maybe just getting that checkpoint for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grabbing that checkpoint.
Yeah, not choosing to go in the shop quite yet, but he surely will, so...
He is doing this 8-bit.
Yeah. As expected.
And I'm guessing that death.
Over. I don't remember seeing him getting the 8-bit in Wooded.
No.
So that's making it even harder for him to.
Yeah. Because he also, well,
Because the earliest you can get 7 moons in 8-bit sections is Lost. You can do that if you get everything along the way. You can finish that in Lost.
Yeah. I mean, he did get
And he's-
both of them
so
in
far,
Sand.
yeah. So far, he's skipped Cascade, but you're right. He might be returning to it.
Yeah, that's seeming very likely. So Bright Guy just getting a bunch of moons. He's quite a lot until he gets to that 28. If he is going for the 28, which he is warping back to the Odyssey.
All right. So maybe he was just doing some interesting routing then.
Yeah. So that means that he is probably going for row 4 then. But he hasn't really been thinking about captures that much, so maybe.
Yeah, that's a little bit scary.
Yeah. And I don't think he's been purchasing moons either, has he? And he didn't do deep woods, so
I don't think so.
maybe
he might have gotten the Wooded purchase moon.
yeah, maybe he just marked the goal because he had it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we're just thinking too hard right now.
Yeah, maybe he's laughing to himself. Maybe he's listening to our commentary and just laughing. Neo buying some more costume sets. Surely nearly there. Is maybe getting more captures before he leaves. Making sure to get a capture before he leaves. So let's review. Neo probably doing column 3, row 2. Right?
Yeah, and maybe column 5.
I still can't decide. Like, he'd have to. At this point, there aren't any more key moons that you can get, right?
No, it's only
So,
Lake and Lost.
yeah. Because I'm not too sure about Snow or Seaside for those, but yeah. So it's looking like he's probably doing column 5 then.
Yeah. And then Bright Guy, he's probably doing row 2 and then possibly column 2. Has he looked at any hint arts though? I don't think he has.
Yeah, could have missed it. In Lake.
I don't know. Still some questions about Bright Guy. But he is catching up to Neo, at least kingdom-wise.
Yeah, Neo's making sure to get some purple coins here. Already.
Purchasing costume sets isn't terrible if you do incorporate regional coin purchases.
Yeah. Which also fills his 30 regional coins in Metro.
Yeah, because he has a separate goal for that as well. So Neo is going to be going to Seaside because he does have that uncork 2 fountains. This is kind of a longer board.
For sure. It's very hard to route around just like having to get the boxer shorts, which both players are appearing to get.
Yeah, Neo does have 900 coins, so
That's
he
just
just needs
a tough middle square to try to route around.
Yeah, 1,000 could be quite a lot if you don't have a lot of other goals that go well together.
Okay. Neo buying some costume sets. Or Bry Guy, sorry. Bry Guy buying some costume sets. I'm not sure if have we seen him do that before?
I don't
I just want to say that's the first time he bought them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we missed it earlier, as I would expect to have seen that already.
Yeah. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. So Neo finishing off Night Metro and moving on to Day Metro. Well, Bry Guy just died.
An unfortunate death there. But it's not too bad since he already had the checkpoint from up top.
Yeah.
Be
At
able
least
to
he's not.
spawn.
Yeah. At least he's not back at the Odyssey. Ooh, another death.
Neo making sure he gets enough captures there.
Yeah. And once again, doing another 8-bit moon.
Yep.
So I guess he is going to be revisiting Cascade. Maybe
Or
after
how many
Metro.
How many 8-bit moons are in Seaside? He could just
Actually,
be.
yeah. Because there are
Aren't there
like,
2 or 3?
yeah,
in
there's
the
either
same
2 or
place?
3. So actually, maybe he's not revisiting Cascade. Because, I don't know, how many does he have now? He got both in Sand, right? He got 1 in Lake, 1 in Lost, 1 in Metro, that's 5. So then he'd just have to get 2 in Seaside, which there's definitely 2.
Yeah, there's 2. Both of them in the same 2D section,
Yeah.
actually. So
Actually, yeah, there's the 3rd one as well, because there's that timer challenge one.
yeah, I think that's in a different. I think that's too far away for him to.
Yeah, so probably going for those 2 that are in the same area. And then also uncorking those 2 fountains that he needs to do. And then he'll be done. So Neo actually doing very good. Bright Guy, though, was still a little confused on what he is exactly doing right now.
Yeah, he's getting the rest of his all regional coins in 2 kingdoms right now.
Yeah.
Looks like he may be lost on which coins he has yet to get. Not a good sign. I think he needs 4 more coins or so. I thought I saw 4 or 6.
Yeah.
Neo changing into a costume there. Yeah, this is not looking good for Bry Guy. He's really confused himself here on which coins he still needs.
Yeah.
He's wasting a lot of time. I wasn't paying enough attention to be able to know which ones he missed either. Oh, I think I just saw them on his screen. Oh no, poor Bry guy. They blend in so well with the goo. Purple against purple. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I thought I saw there were 4 left, which says to me that there aren't many places where there's just 4. There's a
there you
2. There's 2 next to each other in one spot. I don't think there's any other even numbered ones.
There is another 2, I believe, on one of the pillars.
You might be right. Yeah, there aren't too many that could that you could have had those options for.
Yeah, usually they're together with 3.
That mistake's really gonna cost Bry guy here.
Yeah, because if he's doing, well, actually, I don't know. We're still pretty confused on what he's doing. Probably, because he's gonna be doing column 2 probably, and then bottom left, top right. And I don't really know what the other might be. Possibly column 5, because he has been getting 8 bits, and he did purchase that costume set, but he hasn't been purchasing a lot, I don't think, and also it captures.
Yeah, I think you said column 2 at one point, instead meaning row 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to clarify, but Neo is definitely looking like he's in the lead right now.
Yeah, because Bry guy...
As long as he has enough captures.
Yeah, I think he does. I don't know, he did check at one point. I didn't really see though.
Yeah, I don't know how many extra captures there are in Seaside for him to do.
26.
Pretty soon we'll see a lot of goals marked by Neo.
Yeah, it's all gonna start happening one by one.
So we'll also have to pay attention to Neo's routing on how he's going to get the extra moons in Metro.
Yeah, because he doesn't need 26 moons if he's doing column 5, which looks like he is. So Bry guy now in Night Metro. It's gonna be kind of hard for him to catch up though, so we're gonna have to see, but this is looking like a win for Neo.
Yeah, it's not often you see players this good at bingo take this long to complete. I mean, it happens every few boards, but
Yeah,
this one was definitely a longer one, at least with the routes that these guys have chosen. No idea which is the fastest route, but looking like Neo is surely at least doing better with his route compared to Bry guy messing up in Lost for quite some time.
Neo's actually doing this sub area, so looks like he purposely put that outfit on before.
Yeah, it's that purple coin knowledge, you know. If that mistake didn't happen, I'd think this race would be a lot closer right now.
Yeah, but he got a little confused on where those last 4 regionals were.
Yeah, it does still take some time for Neo to finish uncorking and doing the 8-bit sections in Seaside, and lots of potential for mistakes as well still. So it's not completely over, but especially because I don't know the time it takes to do things personally. Hard for me to math that out.
Is Bry guy going to Snow Seaside?
It's hard to tell, to be honest.
I mean, yeah. We
Like,
still don't know what his third bingo really is.
I would have expected it to be row 4 because of his extra coins that he took for purchasing moons, but and doing extra captures,
Yeah, but he didn't get
but
those deep moon, deep
doesn't
wood
seem to
moon.
be the case.
Possibly he's
But
gonna
this,
column
yeah,
5.
the fact that Bry Guy's taking Captain Toad indicates to me that he's definitely. I mean, there wasn't too much confusion, but he was definitely doing bottom left, top right.
Yeah. So I think maybe he's doing column 5 as well.
Yeah, I just didn't see him. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. A lot of things just don't make sense about it. It could be a
Yeah.
routing mistake, could be something that I'm just not aware of, because I am quite new and inexperienced to bingo personally.
But Neo finishing off Metro, now going on to Seaside. Hopefully he doesn't accidentally pick Snow. But Bright Guy is buying more costumes as well, so I don't know. Does he didn't get a lot of costumes earlier in the game.
Yeah, it's looking like Bry Guy may have confused his route or changed his route early on. We'll have to see if we can get him in for interview after this, maybe. See his
Yeah.
thought process, give us a little bit of insight on what's been happening. He is using the painting to go back to wooded right now, so maybe he's gonna finish up his 28 moons in wooded.
And yeah, that could actually make a lot more sense, because that would explain the key goal.
Yep, I forgot that painting existed. It seems pretty obvious now. Like, I know where the paintings are. It's just interesting routing, of course. So yeah, maybe. Ooh. Thought he might have been able to save it there at the very end. Maybe get a nut moon out of it for his trouble. But yeah, that's a very costly mistake from Bry Guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bright Guy's route looks like it's gonna be bottom left, top right, row 2, and then column 1.
Yep.
Making a lot more sense now.
Finally coming together. For a fact.
And actually, this might be kind of close. All really that Bright Guy has to do is just get those extra moons and buy the boxer shorts.
Yeah, the fact that Bry Guy stopped doing the moons early, like, it just... Like, it makes a ton of sense right now, but when it happened, I just kind of wrote it off and started concentrating on solving Neo's confusing route as well. But he is just about to finish his board. Because he's finished with his 8-bit sections. All he needs to do is uncork the fountains and go back to the shop one more time for 2 goals. I'm pretty sure he does. He is able to get his costume sets finished quite quickly after doing the uncorks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is actually... Bright Guy actually came in pretty close at the end, but I don't know. We gotta see. It's actually gonna be pretty close.
I want to say that Like, the hard part about guessing this right now is we don't know how many moons Ryguy ended with, because I think he did get extra moons in Wooded before, right?
Yeah, I think he
he
did,
got
but not a lot.
like two extra moons or so, maybe.
Yeah, like 18
So-
or 19.
That would say to me that he needs one more moon right now, and more costume sets, right?
Yeah.
So maybe looking to end it off in the shops here. However, it's looking like Neo's taking it. I think that that purple coin mistake, man.
Yeah, that probably cost him the run.
What's going on here? What am I missing? Oh yeah, wear the boxer shorts. He forgot to wear it. Okay, so he did buy it, but he just didn't wear it. Gotcha. All right.
But there we go. Neo.
Both players getting the boxer shorts and marking it off at like the same time, but Neo finishing it, one goal ahead of Ryguy, making sure he has those 26 unique captures as well. Showing us that he has it. Ryguy surely doesn't need many more moons in Wooded.
Yeah, he just has to get a few in Deep Woods, I guess, and then he's gonna be done. But yeah, pretty close race actually. It looked like Neo was way ahead.
I'm thinking he probably just needed one more moon, and he planned to do it in the shop, but couldn't. Or maybe he did. No, this is the same moon count he had. This would be 8. No. If my estimation of his moons from earlier was correct, he'd need 2 or 4 more still.
Yeah.
Man, math is hard. Yeah, I think... Was that like a minute and a half maybe of just wandering around in Lost? Maybe more? Trying to find those coins?
1.5 to 2 minutes, because he did wander around a bit and also died like 2 times.
Yeah.
So he possibly could have won if he didn't lose track and lost. But yeah, Neo now moving on to the finals against Zimpars, I believe.
Yeah, let me just double check that real quick. Yeah. So that concludes the semifinals round. There will still be a bronze match of Lil Aggie versus Ryguy.
Yeah.
And Ryguy finishing up. It's also now in here with us.
Oh,
Ryguy. So, I don't know if you were listening, but we were very confused for a while. There were a few things that should have been obvious, that you were doing some special routing there, but we just kind of got confused by it on our side. Our bad.
Makes sense.
Yeah, your routing for doing Wooded last was pretty neat. I enjoyed that once I figured it out. I was kind of confused beforehand.
Ending in the deep woods is definitely nice. Then you don't have to take the. I feel like my gameplay was suffering quite a bit throughout that game, though. That was not the performance I was hoping.
Yeah, that lost is what made you lost.
Lost, yeah.
Yeah,
a couple
those purple
spots in
coins.
sand, and I was losing it in Wooded. Like I don't know. I was just all over the place.
Yeah, even
So
with those
at the
mistakes.
start, I was fine. Yeah.
If you just knew which purple coins you were missing, I think you would have had a pretty good shot of winning that.
Yeah.
You lost a lot of time.
I know what it was because I always get like the 3 on the tree and then the 4 down there, but I died in between, and I forgot that I like hadn't gotten those 4 yet. So I was all over the place there.
Yeah.
I also couldn't figure out how to route this board. This one was really, really tough. Like I really
Yeah.
don't think this was a
Having
good.
boxer shorts in the middle on the center
Yeah.
square,
That
that forces your routing quite a bit.
Yeah, and just all over the place. There's like 28 moons wooded, which you don't want to do. 30 moons sand, which you don't want to do. Like 18 in lake and 26 in metro, and it's just like super high moon counts all over. So I really, yeah, I was not so not so pleased with this one, but it happens. I played my best. I had some looking forward to the third place match.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, like, what was your thought process? Can you go through a little bit, like when you first saw the board, like how you came to your conclusion in the route?
Yeah. So I have a very like particular way of routing boards. I first like put stars on all of the things that are metro and above. Like I look for an early finish and lost or better, basically. And if that's there, that's usually a pretty solid. Um, but this one, that wasn't the case. You had to go to metro. And so it was like, okay, do I want to go to early metro, which was just getting Captain Toad in these regionals, or do I want to go all the way to Seaside, or do I want to do 26 minutes metro? And I was just looking through all those options, and none of them looked good. Like I couldn't find a way get to Seaside with just doing any percent, or like to get to Metro with maybe a little more than any percent. Everything was just like a lot to, but yeah. And then in Cascade, I still didn't have a route, so I just sort of grabbed. I was thinking about the 8-bit moons. Maybe I was looking at like a row 3 snow finish, but it didn't come to be, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
you looked a little bit confused on your routing,
mhm.
but you ended up picking a pretty good route. You just had a few big mistakes that ended up costing you.
Yeah, yep, I think that's the case. And
Yeah.
yeah, it happens. I'll take it.
Anyways, GG's.
Indeed, yeah.
That was a pretty good race from both players. I know we just got to talk to Bry Guy, but Neo did quite well, obviously winning. And yeah, he made the less mistakes. I honestly don't know which route was better, but you both looked pretty close up until the end. It was a very good match. Any last thoughts from any of us before we close it out?
Nope, don't think so.
No.
Thanks for commentating, and looking forward to the third place match.
Eh, good luck.